Reflect on your teaching. When faced with difficult students, it's essential to reflect on oneself and pose the question, am I a difficult teacher? Work on your shortcomings. Sometimes we see negative students because we have negative traits ourselves. Before dealing with a difficult student effectively, work on your own difficulties. We can then better determine what a difficult student is, and how to effectively deal with them. Be accountable. Teachers get upset at students and student behavior. The tendency is to get angry. They blame the student. Remember, you can control your feelings. We cannot allow a student to have control over us. Reacting in an angry and combative manner gives the student power. Difficult students are powerless without an angry and aggravated response. Reconsider the difficult label. This is an important step. A label can be detrimental, as it can be a way of defining the whole person. If we call a student difficult, or any other label, it can be self-fulfilling. They have been labeled, so why should they act different? We need to look at students for what they are: children, young adults, and human beings. Relate and be attentive. Have a conversation. It might not be during instruction time, but listen and be patient. Be that teacher that is quick to listen, but slow in response. Your students do not have mature social, emotional, and behavior skills. We forget that. Teachers are the adults. View your students as people who need your caring and help in developing. Listening and talking to your students gives you a chance to see the good in them, not just the bad. Every student with a challenge is gifted in other ways. Discover the specific challenge. Their current and past lifestyles might be different than yours. They might have suffered something psychological, or have a disorder. Their past experiences in school and other classes can very well cause them to be disinterested and act out. Remember, this should not label them. However, you have a need to know what might be causing the problem in class. Only then can you work on an effective solution. No student is the same. Your approach should be tailored to the individual student. Each child has a unique set of circumstances. Your conversations with a car salesman are different than the conversations you have with your principal. Learn what is possible for the student, and what is impossible. Do not expect a student to sit still and remain quiet for 50 minutes when you know that will remain impossible for them to do so. Set your accomplishments and expectations accordingly. Set limits. Your anger and need to punish must be in balance with tolerance. It cannot be total punishment nor total tolerance. Don't reach a breaking point and swing the other way. This depends entirely on the student and the situation. Don't let your predisposed judgments of the student dictate this. You must put both yourself, the student, and classmates into consideration. Students most likely are willing to stay within boundaries. You must set and communicate those boundaries. Yes, this begins the hard part: compliance and carrying them out. Use positive language and be consistent. Be uniform. Adhere to the same boundaries, admit when you cross them, and correct your behavior. Help students understand how boundaries create a safe and effective learning environment. Talk about how crossing boundaries can affect others. Above all, it is very important to make your boundaries logical and proportional. Be determined to start dealing with difficult students in different ways. None of these steps work perfectly for every teacher. Get help from other teachers, administrators, and teacher seminars.